Hi guys, so I've actually just got back from my mental health meeting, my meeting for the STEPS programme. So I think it went quite well. They've accepted me onto the course. They've given me some leaflets, some printouts. So the STEPS programme, which stands for Systems Training for Emotional Predictability and Problem Solving. So it's STEPS with a double P. Yeah, they just gave me a couple of forms for, information sheets for people around me, how they can support me on my journey, and just some diagnosis information for me, I think, which I'm already quite up to speed on that, because I do quite a lot of research on that. They seemed quite pleased that I'm doing an English Lit degree, because apparently there is like an element of sort of homework and working by ourselves. I have to buy a ring binder to put my sheets in. Apparently the group's going to be not as big as it was last time, because I was actually accepted onto this course before. I think it was in 2016, and I was so out of my mind at that time that I couldn't handle even the room of people, and there were so many people that in the first session I completely freaked out and went and locked myself in a toilet, and then I called my grandma and granddad to bring me home, and that was the end of that in 2016. But this time it's slightly different. They've been so nice. They said that what they're actually going to do is let me go in a little bit before everyone else, so I can have the seat closest to the door, so I won't feel so like I'm about to freak out when I'm in there. They're really nice, they seem really understanding, so that's good. And I think it helps that one of the ladies, the lady that's running it, there's a lady and a man, it helps that she kind of knows me from before, so that's good. It's good that I've got a second chance to do this, because I was so scared that after the first time I'd sort of blown it and that was it. But yeah, apparently this has got quite a good success rate. I asked them and they said that someone from last year said that it had changed their whole life, so fingers crossed that it will do that for me. It's a 20-week programme, so I will be vlogging with you for 20 weeks, once a week. It starts in February, so these won't start until towards the end of February, and then it will be 20 weeks, so that's... My maths is appalling, but 20 weeks. 20 weeks. How many 4s are in 20? 4, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 5. 5 times 4 is 20. I will tell you, right, you probably think, oh my god, she doesn't even know basic maths, but you know how Sherlock Holmes says that in order to store things in his head, he gets rid of stuff that he doesn't want or doesn't need. Now, at one point, I was okay at maths. I was fine. I was at a grammar school, because we still have grammar schools in Kent. All the lights are a bit bright. I was okay at maths, you know. And then I just decided suddenly that I didn't want it anymore, and so I just refused to do it for a really long time, even in my head, and now I am so appalling at maths that I'm ashamed of myself. Let me just move, because this is too much. Okay. This is a bad idea to sit and do this in front of my window. But yeah, so that's going to start quite soon. I just wanted to update you. I'm so relieved that went well, because I was actually really nervous. Like, just going to that place just has memories for me, because whenever my mental health gets really bad, you know, that's where I've kind of gone for therapy, and where I've had to go for like crisis things and risk assessments, so it's nerve-wracking, but it was actually okay, and I'm looking forward to starting, because this could like change my whole life, so I hope that you can see a change in me, and that might encourage you. And I guess I feel like it's going to be quite difficult. There's certain strange rules, like I'm going to take my coat off. I've just got in, so this is my Rebecca white coat, by the way. Rebecca from Emmerdale wore this coat, and I absolutely loved it when she wore it, so I found it on eBay. It's a Topshop coat, it's so nice. But yeah, what was I saying? Oh yeah, the rules. The only real rules are that if you need to leave the room, then you're allowed to at any time, which is perfect for me, because I get panic attacks, but they're not supposed to follow you out, which makes perfect sense, because there aren't very many of them, and if all of us are like that, they can't be following us all out, because then what about the people still in the room? But that makes sense to me, and I wouldn't expect them to follow me out anyway. Usually I just like sometimes can need a moment and then I'm okay, I can go back in. And the other rule is you don't miss, if you miss 3 sessions in a row, then you're off the programme, which also makes sense because obviously each week you're learning new skills and applying your skills, and if you miss out on that then you'd fall behind and you wouldn't really get the benefit. So, but aside from that, it sounds really good. The age range, I asked about what age the people were. I don't really mind what age the people were, but I was interested. I wanted to know if I'd be like really young or really old, or but I'm in the middle somewhere, because apparently it starts at 18 and they've got some older people as well, so there's like a mix. So that's nice to know. Yeah, so I'm nervous, but I'm excited. I'm glad that they let me do it. So hopefully this will be the thing that changes stuff for me, because obviously I've come on so far in terms of, you know, I'm doing my degree from home, I've kind of really got a handle on stuff, not just myself, like I have had help from the mental health teams, but you know, I feel like I've done a good job, but I do really feel like I will benefit from this specific focus on the BPD side of things, because there's still not that much known about it. And it's so difficult because it's like a daily thing that impacts you all day, every day, and it's hard. Like, if you watch this and you have BPD, as many of you do, it's misunderstood, and people don't get how it impacts you all the time. You know, you don't go through a day without the BPD sort of making something a little bit more difficult, or an emotion a little bit more big, or you act a little bit more strange. So that'll be nice, and I'm sort of looking forward to actually being in a room full of people who actually understand and who have the same thing. So I'm not nervous about that at all, because I think when they asked me if I was nervous, the thing with me is I'm never really nervous in terms of like talking to people and meeting people. I don't get that sort of anxiety at all, I never have. But I get anxiety in terms of like being like, I can't get out of a room and I feel trapped, and oh no, I can't get out, and I freak out. But I actually really like talking to people, all different sorts of people. That's something I really enjoy. So I'm looking forward to the social aspect, because I think it'll feel quite safe to be able to talk to people who have the same thing, because I know that when I'm on here and I talk about BPD, it feels nice to have people in the comments saying, oh yeah, I get that too, or I understand that, because a lot of people don't get it. So yeah, hopefully I'll meet people who understand what it is like, and it'll be good. Anyway, I need to go because I've got work to do. I had a bit of a weird day yesterday. I wasn't great yesterday. I don't know if I was nervous about this, and I've got assignments due and my mental health has been so awful, but this has kind of boosted me a bit, and my grandma and granddad took me, which was nice because I like spending time with them. So okay, oh, and just a little bit of news out of nowhere, nothing to do with BPD, but I got my second assignment back for my creative writing course, and it was the first script I ever have submitted. It's the first time we've done scripts, and I got a distinction for it, which is a first, and it counts as a first. It's not like, obviously you only get a first at the end of your whole degree, or a 2-1 or something, but if you look at like what the scores like correspond to later on, yeah, so that's what it would be, and I'm just really happy, and my tutor was so nice, so yeah, I'm excited because I want to write for television and stage one day as my career, so that was a real boost, and I'm still on a bit of a high about that. I'm very excited. I love writing scripts, like, I love it. Okay, I love you loads. This has been longer than I thought. I'm gonna eat something, and then I'm going to do more assignment work, because I have a poetry assignment that my mental health has meant that I haven't been able to do for a while, so I'm a bit behind. So yeah, it's time to compare some Shelley and Wordsworth. Alright, I love you loads, and I will see you really, really soon. Okay, love you, bye.